My name is Ray Dillman. Whoever hears this tape, this story is going to be very hard to believe. The Aztecs, they knew the Spaniards were coming and decided to hide their gold. More gold in this world has ever seen in one place. Let me tell you something. You dig down deep enough and you'll find that treasure.
500 years ago, the Aztecs possessed one of the greatest treasures the world has ever seen. Word of this treasure attracted the attention of the Spanish conquistadors. But when they came for the gold, it was already gone, hidden by Emperor Montezuma in locations throughout what is now the American Southwest. The Dillmans are following a trail blazed by the research of their grandfather.
I believe it's my destiny to find it for the family. Today's a big day.
Dan and his family are headed back to Shadow Cave, where they found a pictograph and stacked stone that his late grandfather referred to in his recordings. Working from Ray Dillman's research, this spring connects with a second spring. Dan believes that connection could be the tunnel leading to Montezuma's treasure. But there are 117 springs in this canyon.
What's up, guys? Glad you guys can make it.
So Dan is gathering up his team in an attempt to find the one spring that connects to Shadow Cave.
My grandfather said that there would be another spring, possibly across from Shadow Cave, where this tunnel system exists. And so that's what we're hoping to find.
Dan's plan is to pump a non-toxic dye into Shadow Cave to see whether a connection to another spring exists. Implementing this dye test are divers TJ Cottom and Dan Burns, who are preparing to carry a hose to the mysterious pillar that covers the spring in Shadow Cave. If the dye turns up in another spring, Dan may have evidence of the tunnel system that he is looking for.
All right, team. Gina, Derek, why don't you pass out the flares and the walkie-talkies? Guys, hit me on the walkie-talkie if you see any of the green dye showing up. Hit the flare for me as well, so that I can get your position in the canyon of where you are.
Dan is sending his team to springs in the immediate vicinity of Shadow Cave to watch for the dye.
Let's do it. Let's jump in the vehicles and get to where we need to be. If this traceable dye shows up in one of these caves, to me, that could be the proof and evidence we've been looking for that there is a tunnel system connecting these caves and caverns.
While the team takes their places, Dan and his family arrive at a key vantage point overlooking Shadow Cave. As the divers make their preparations to start pumping the dye, other team members keep watch nearby, checking to see if green dye travels to their location.
Hey, Jaron, just checking on you, man, making sure you're in position and ready for that tracing dye to show up.
This is Jaron. I'm in position at cave number 3.
Awesome.
If the dye is seen, they will fire a flare gun, indicating that it has successfully traveled underground to their position.
TC, you out there?
TC's here. You'll see my flare when I see it.
All right, gotcha.
Dan, Gina, and Derek stand by in the canyon for a bird's eye view of the whole area.
Derek, how you doing?
I'm good. Just here waiting.
Fingers crossed.
In the event of a flare gun being fired, the Dillmans will see where in proximity to Shadow Cave the dye has traveled.
We have found a spring at Shadow Cave, and we have found several other caves and springs within the canyon. And my grandfather specifically speaks about a connection between them, about 2 springs across from each other connecting. The dye is being pumped into the spring right now. I'm excited, babe.
Yes, me too.
We'll stay here as long as it takes until somebody says something. It could take all night before that can seep into the other springs. Nathan, we're not seeing anything yet, and I'm just thinking maybe we don't have enough pressure pumping that dye.
Think that you guys can kick up the pressure on that pump?
Yeah, you bet. We'll try that right now.
TC, you out there?
TC's here.
Not seeing anything yet.
Tom, how about you? Any updates? See anything?
Negative. We've got no green. No green yet.
Not good news. If the dye doesn't show up, it means I need to move on to one of these other caves in Springs, and we need to test there. This might be a major problem for the resources that we planned for this trip. Derek, hey man, how you feeling?
Just keep my eyes peeled and
Hoping for the best.
Already the things that we've discovered inside of Shadow Cave,
epic.
that alone right there would be enough for me.
Enough.
Holy guys, we've got a flare.
Dan, I got color in K5.
Derek, we have got tracing dye.
if I wasn't standing on an edge, I'd be jumping for joy right now.
We just had a major breakthrough. We've got evidence of traceable dye in K5. It makes complete sense that Shadow Cave is directly across from K5 where TC is. And so we know we've got a tunnel system.